In our Sunrise Smart Start, we're going live to Washington, D.C. as the January 6th committee issued subpoenas to 5 House Republicans.
We are joined by Washington correspondent Rashad Hudson with more on this. Rashad, good morning. Kevin McCarthy is one of those who's been subpoenaed. What do lawmakers with the committee hope to learn from McCarthy and the others who've now been subpoenaed?
Hey, good morning. It's very rare that members of Congress subpoena each other, but the committee says they believe that the 5 GOP members of Congress have relevant information leading up to the events of the January 6th Capitol attack. Now, they're saying that McCarthy and the other 4 members of Congress are key allies to former President Trump, and that's why they're seeking them for questioning. Now, they reached out to them for voluntary question, but the members of Congress, those 5 GOP members, rejected that. So now subpoenas were issued, meaning now it's going to be up to them to, they're sort of being forced into testifying. And if they don't, then it will go before the full House. And then there could be a vote, and then it could be recommended to the Justice Department for further action.
And Rashad, what is the timetable for the committee's work? When can the public expect to learn about their findings?
To start holding public hearings next month, and they say by the time their report is released, they will have conducted over 1,000 interviews, and the committee says that final report is expected to be out this fall.
All right, Rashad, thank you so much for your time this morning. The committee has conducted nearly 1,000 interviews behind closed doors.
We have new news into our newsroom at this hour as well. Elon Musk tweeting early this morning that his $44 billion deal to buy Twitter is, quote, temporarily on hold, pending new details about spam accounts. Twitter said fewer than 5% of its monetizable daily active users are spam accounts last week. Well, new this morning, another house struck by gunfire overnight in Rochester.
Police say a house on Cellier Terrace was hit multiple times by gunfire just before 2 a.m. No one was injured, though officers tell us the bullets did enter a room where a 14-year-old was sleeping. No suspects are in custody.
The Monroe County Sheriff's Office asking for your help finding these 2 missing juveniles from Henrietta. 12-year-old John O'Neill and 16-year-old Nina Pavlov, pictured here, were last seen together last night at the Veterans Memorial Park in Henrietta at 7:30. O'Neill is 5'8" with brown hair and blue eyes. He was seen in a red, white, and blue Under Armour long sleeve with a black backpack. Pavlov is 5 feet tall with red and black hair and brown eyes. She was seen wearing a black sweatshirt and gray sweatpants. They are believed to be together, but not in any known danger. If you have any information about where they are, please call 911. It has now been 13 years since the disappearance of Chili teenager Brittany Drexel.
Now key developments hope to shed light into it. Recently, 62-year-old Raymond Moody, was a person of interest, was arrested on obstruction of justice charges. We learned the offense date is listed as the same day Brittany disappeared in 2009. And our sister station in South Carolina reports remains were found in a wooded area Wednesday night in Georgetown County. A fact that has not been confirmed by the local sheriff or coroner, but video shows authorities searching the secluded area.
Well, a man arrested and charged with negligent homicide after a fight turned deadly at Ontario Beach Park Wednesday night. Investigators say deputies on foot patrol there heard screaming at the park around 8 o'clock. They found a man on the ground with a head injury. He did not survive. Police arrested 43-year-old Carlos Mateo at the scene. The victim has not been publicly identified.
The Rochester Police Department still has 46 open homicide cases dating back to the start of 2021, and now only 11 investigators in charge of overseeing them. Investigator Gary Galletta is retiring and spoke to News 8 about how severe the backlog of cases is.
I think we've contributed more hours and more days and more nights and more holidays and more times away from family than we have in the last 2-3 years. And they're still doing it with really with a staff that was doing it when we only had 35 murders. They've increased and increased and increased to the point where, your days off are here, your late nights are here on a regular basis.
In the upcoming city budget, RPD has asked for approval to fund 2 new positions with the Major Crimes Unit to catch up on unsolved cases.
Well, the man accused of last Sunday's murder on North Plymouth Avenue in Rochester is due to be arraigned in court. Police say 29-year-old Justin Singleton shot and killed 46-year-old Jan Perez over drugs. Singleton is a parolee. He was arrested late Sunday night and charged with murder and criminal possession of a weapon. He was not allowed to legally possess a weapon because of prior felony convictions.
Well, happening today, the Lilac Festival returning for weekend 2, of course. There will be live music today, tomorrow, and Sunday. And the all-new health and wellness experience will take place tomorrow and Sunday, where you can find or do yoga in the flowers and work out in front of center stage. And, of course, check out the garden battles on Saturday at 1:30 as well. Teams of local personalities will have an hour to compete and create those gardens. News 8 reporter Mel Elhel and myself will create a specially themed garden, and the winners and runner-ups will get money to donate to charity.
We are excited for you. We will be rooting for you as well.
Yes.
Thank you.
And rooting for a great forecast, James.
Yeah, the forecast I think is going to hold up likely. Could deal with a couple of passing showers I think tomorrow afternoon, which I know is during the garden battles, but hopefully we can dodge those. Morning walk forecast, great. Starting off in the 60s, very comfortable this morning. We've got near full sun for most of the day. Temperatures climbing into the lower 80s this afternoon. No chance for rain today, but that chance ramps up as we get over the weekend. We'll take a last look at that forecast and head over to the bus stop at the end of the show. Mark Kelly.
James, comfortable on the roads as well. Checking our sunrise traffic, and no accidents to report at this hour on 390, 490, or 590. All the main arteries are on time. Well, in national news, President Biden speaking with executives at retailers and leading providers amid that sweeping baby formula shortage. The administration plans to monitor possible price gouging and work with trading partners abroad on imports, even though 98% of baby formula is manufactured domestically. The shortage has been caused by supply chain disruptions and a safety recall.
Republican Senator Rand Paul is the lone holdout, stalling Senate approval of an additional $40 billion in aid to Ukraine until next week. He is demanding that the legislation be altered to require an inspector general to oversee spending on Ukraine. The package passed the House on Tuesday.
Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen calling for additional federal regulation in response to speculative investment in the cryptocurrency market. Yellen spoke of crypto called stablecoins tied to a value like the U.S. dollar or the price of gold. Two such cryptocurrencies fell below the value of the dollar this week.
Jerome Powell approved to a second term as Federal Reserve Chair, the Senate confirming him in an 80-19 vote yesterday. He will face a difficult task in trying to tame inflation without weakening the economy to the point of a recession. Powell has been serving in a temporary capacity since his term ended in February. From around the state, flags flying at half-staff today at state buildings in memory of the 1 million Americans who have now died from COVID-19. The White House flew flags at half-staff yesterday for the somber milestone.
Former State Senator George Maziarz suing Western Regional Off-Track Betting for misuse of funds. That lawsuit alleges that Western OTB failed to distribute funds to 17 counties and municipalities, using the money instead for personal matters. It seeks to prevent members of the group from defrauding more people and to compensate those who were harmed by their actions.
All of this and the amount of money spent on alcohol and refreshments in these luxury box seats, all paid for by the taxpayers.
Well, Maziarz, I should say the Western OTB CEO responding to Maziarz in a statement saying, in part, his personal attacks are an insult to the more than 400 employees who come to work every day at our branches, racetrack, and hotel. We fought hard to make sure our partners in local government received critical distributions throughout the pandemic. Here's what a lot of folks will be talking about at the water cooler this morning. The NFL schedule is out, and the Bills are front and center. They will open the season at the defending Super Bowl champion LA Rams in California. That is a Thursday night primetime game. The Bills will play Tennessee on Monday Night Football in Week 2. Those two games are part of 5 primetime games the Bills will have this upcoming season. Should be a great ride for football fans.
An exciting year.
Yeah, get the Thursday game out of the way early, as when the Thursday game happens in the middle of the season. It's often a very short week for the players, right?
Right. Although they do have a Thanksgiving game as well in Detroit. So
playing 2 Thursdays.
Yeah. But again, we'll be sitting back and loving every second of it. Watching.
Primetime Bills. Can't get much better than that. Bus stop forecast. Can't get much better than this either, right? Temperature starting off in the 60s. A lovely start this morning. Short sleeves, certainly. Warm and sunny this afternoon. Highs getting into the lower 80s. Today is likely the last day where I can say everybody stays dry. There will be some that remain dry as we get into Saturday and even Sunday as well, but you're still going to want to keep an eye to the sky both afternoons. We're dry in the mornings. Storms pop up in the afternoon, but otherwise enjoy it. A lot of us will be at the Lilac Festival the next couple of days.
Yeah, a great weekend, James. Thank you. And thank you so much for watching News 8 at Sunrise.
Our next update is coming up in 30 minutes. CBS Mornings is up next. Have a great day.